Today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to take a look at a guitar. But before we do that, we'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel. Click on the notification bell. Your interaction with us helps us interact with great people in the industry. In this case, we just got a new batch of things in for Zzounds, and we got in the Sire L7 Larry Carlton guitar. We've been wanting to try out Sire for a while. They continually go out of stock because they're pretty popular, but we were able to get in the L7.
Right. And if we were able to get it in, it means they probably have 4 or 5 other ones, or did at the time. So that would be a good time to say, check out that affiliate link below. Click on that and go check them out. No, we're really happy. We've been wanting to get this in for a long time. I've been looking for it and pushing for it. I think I've asked Billy over at Zzounds just about every order for the last 4 or 5 orders, like, hey, is the Sire in yet? And it's not just because it's gold, although that helped. So we don't get into the geeky stuff so much. There's other people that tear them apart. I'm sure if you got Philip McKnight probably already tore one apart. Check that out. We like to get into what we like about it and then jump right into some clips. We'll play with a whole bunch of different pedals for you and maybe a couple jams and go from there. So things that we like. Can I start with that?
You should.
I should take all your thunder.
You should.
So how much is this?
$641.
Okay.
41.
And we don't normally do that, but...
Right. And there's a couple different...
It's stupid low.
There's color options, a little variation in price depending on which top you get, but the gold top is $641.
So $641, things that I like. I like the locking tuners. It has locking tuners. That's pretty cool. I like the fretwork.
Yeah, the fretwork is really good.
It's really nice. It's very smooth. You're not ripping a nylon stocking here.
It passed the test on the video I watched.
The edges are rolled. That's really nice. The ebony fretboard, which is, I was kind of like, are you sure? I made him look it back up and double check. That's pretty cool. I like this little carve, this little cutaway back here. It's really nice. Feels really comfortable. Satin neck. Did I steal everything you might want to talk about?
No, you didn't necessarily, although I will start with the satin neck as well. It is really smooth. You know, you get this gloss on a lot of Gibsons and other things, and it's great, but sometimes it gets a little tacky on the back of the neck. So this has a really great feel to it. It's a C-shaped neck. It's a little thin, so there's not a baseball bat at all. Very interesting there. I think the color is really cool. I'll be the shallow guy and go for the looks, right? It's a gold top, but it's almost like a greened patina feel to it, but it's got some sparkle in it, which is interesting.
I'm a sucker for any gold.
Yeah, I think it's really great. Very playable. I think this one came in at 7.1 pounds, so not crazy heavy.
Light.
So yeah, I found interesting in the write-up, it called it a peanut-shaped guitar, which I've never heard that phrase before, but I don't know. Does it look like a peanut to you? I'm not sure, but... So
that's nuts.
We'll probably get in a little bit more maybe in final thoughts, but on first blush, I came down, he had it out. I'm like, wow, that's a really cool looking guitar.
I like the headstock too. Like you know, it's really easy to mess up a guitar with a bad headstock, but it looks classy. And then the way they wrote out Larry Carlton and wrote out Sire on the top with that kind of almost embossed. What would you call that? Like,
almost like an engraved kind of look there. But it's Larry Carlton, so what do you expect? I mean, the dude just oozes class. So
this looks very classy. All right. So the bigger question probably that you're writing about is how does it sound? So Pat went through.
Yeah, we just jumped right into it. I went bridge, played some arpeggio picking, strummed through the chords, went to the middle, went to the neck. Just had a little bit of delay from the Echo Tour, and it went through the Tyler JT22, and this is what the pickups sound like.
So featuring guitars on the channel has become one of my favorite videos to make because we've gotten in this thing where it's like, well, let's just try it with a whole bunch of different pedals. So we go back to the shelf, pick some things that maybe haven't been off the shelf in a while, or things that we really like, or things that are just coming in. So it becomes a really fun night. So my first pedal, I wanted to crank it up, the 55 from LPD. This is always a favorite of mine. Mm-hmm. This is a favorite of mine anytime. Bridge pickup. Just let it rock.
So like the Beard said, we love to go back to the shelf and pull things off. And I always think tremolo. I was the pusher for the tremolo series. And I went back and grabbed the Hamstead AmpWorks signature analog tremolo because, as we say all the time, Tim says it sounds glorious, and he wasn't lying. And this is what I did. So my last pedal is one we've had for a while that I really love, and my next pedal is one we just got in. So this is the UltraViolet from Strymon. Look for this to be in an upcoming Univibes series episode. But until then, here's what it sounds like. All right, so one thing we like to do is do a jam when we get in a new guitar. So I grabbed the Keeley's Blues Disorder, part of their 4-in-1 series. I used one of the hybrid settings on it, played it through the JT22 with the Echo Tour. Not a lot of drive. I was trying to think through a Larry Carlton approach with obviously not even being close to being Larry Carlton. So that's what I chose. What did you do?
So I was plugged into the Fender Hot Rod back there. That's been around for a long time. It's one of my second amp. And I grabbed the Eastwood Tiger. We've had this for a little while, part of the Envelope series. And everyone, like I said, I just wanted to pull something different off the wall. So the Eastwood Tiger through the Fender, and jam sounds a little bit like this.
right, so coming out of the jam, I played one of the Keeley pedals with some light overdrive. I may have gone a little bit in the opposite direction with the Super Rodent, all Rodent in the selector switch, probably in the bridge on that bad boy over there, and played it through the Tyler and did this.
My first pedal, I did something that's been around for a little while that I love. Second pedal was something that is just in. Third pedal, one that's been around for a very long time, and one of my favorites from the Envelope series, the Shakedown Sound series. This is the Rubber Chicken by Lovepedal. All right, for my last clip, I didn't go to the shelf. I went to the floor over there where the new shipment that Zzounds came in, and I went over there and got the Dimension C, the Wazacraft, the DC2W. Really looking forward to diving into this. It's got a lot of settings. One is for the pedal. One is mimicking the rack mount thing that happened back in the day. But I obviously had it in the just the regular setting. I pushed down 2 of the buttons and played this. So that's the clips we have for you tonight. We have one more jam that's coming up. We're going to set that up really quick, get in some final thoughts, and then let the video play out on the jam. For the final jam, I was playing the Sire, and I had it into, you're going to be very surprised if you watch this channel at all, a Barber Electronics direct drive through an Echotour DLS effects Echotour into the Tyler JT22. Just going back to home base to see how it handled that. And then I do want to mention one thing in that jam. I'm going to mention it now.
Yeah, sure.
Near the end of the jam, I had it in the bridge pickup and then started rolling the volume back. And you can hear how nice it cleans up. There are treble bleeds in this guitar. It does, one of my, pet peeves is when you get a volume pot that doesn't have a nice taper on it, doesn't clean up when you roll it back. And this has nice tapers and rolls back. I was watching, what is that other channel? The Shifty...
Oh, Shredding with Shifty?
Yeah. He was talking to Joe Bonamassa, and they spent about 3 minutes talking about volume pots and how they do that. Of course, Joe was like, you got to get an old vintage volume pot because of military specs and stuff. But there are people that are still making those, and they're right here in the Sire for like $600?
$641.
All right. Well, we'll talk about why I keep bringing that up in the final thoughts.
So the only thing I did that was, let's play something we're familiar with tonight, was I grabbed the Silver Sky SE, and I played it through our little travel board, which we have currently skinnied down to, look, another Keeley 4-in-1 pedal and the DLS Echotour. And I played with him on that through the Fender Hot Rod Deluxe.
Yeah. So, final thoughts?
Yeah, I was all over the map with this, to be quite honest with you. Like, I loved the satin neck. I thought the tuning stability was really good. The fit and finish was great. I was just trying to figure out the pickups. I thought sometimes the bridge was really bright. Sometimes I thought it might have thinned out. Other times I played it, it sounded great. The neck, I'm like, geez, is that a little muddy? I played it with that Keeley pedal at the end. I liked it. It's a really great guitar for $641. It looks great. The neck played great. Like you said, the fretwork, everything. It's a very comfortable guitar to play. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to figure out the pickups, but I think if you watch this channel, I wind that up that way every time we get a new guitar in. Geez, was the neck a little muddy? I don't know. But when it came down to it, I was really happy with the way it sounded on the clips. So I think it's a great value. I think hopefully we'll get other Sires in. There are quite a number of guitars in the Larry Carlton Sire line. So,
that's kind of what I was indicating earlier for the money, the $641 or whatever. But we have to, I feel like there's times you have to drop that for the money because I think it's a really great guitar regardless of the money. The fact that it's only $641, I think you're getting a lot of guitar for that price point. Mm-hmm. I think it would probably be a good guitar at a higher price point.
Right.
And that's not, you don't find that every day. From the locking tuners, which I'm a fan of locking tuners only because I hate to change strings. Please stop saying that they increase your tuning stability. I'm sorry. So maybe I should cut that out. But for quick changes of strings, the locking tuners are nice. Like Pat said, the satin neck I really like. I like the look of it too. Final thoughts on the pickups. I don't know. There was times where I kind of felt the same about maybe the neck's a little darker than I would like. Mm-hmm. Maybe the bridge is a little brighter than I would like. But then depending on what we were doing with it, different things, I was like, oh, it sounds great. So we literally opened this today, tuned it, and we're doing this. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we spent a lot of time with it. I would assume you will see it in other videos. You'll see it pop up on the channel for a couple weeks after this goes out. Typically what happens. So with that said, I just, if you're interested and you're worried about it, you're like, well, that's a nice looking guitar. It's a good price point, but I've never played a Sire before. Based on one, I would say give it a shot. Yeah. I think Pat's right. We need to get in some of the other ones and check them out. But cool stuff going on here. So thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking the subscribe button, notification bell, leaving comments if you do that stuff. Anytime you interact with the show, that helps us form these relationships with people like Zzounds, get cool stuff in to share with you. And we appreciate that. And we love getting cool stuff to share with you. So with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.